Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. I'm going to surprise somebody today. Stay tuned. All right, sneak attack today. So my buddy Mark here, he's a fan. We've been like going on and off talking about rackets for about a year now. And like he texts me once in a while and say, hey, what's up with that? Or, hey, I saw that pro staff that you used, that 100. What do you think of that? And I was like, hey, man, it's great. That review was true. And what does my man do? He goes and buys two, right? And then he goes and buys a third because he likes it so much. So he texted me yesterday and said, I got three, but I've always wondered, like, how much do they weigh? What's the swing weight? What's the balance on them? So I'm going to ask Mark here. By the way, thank you, Mark, and thank you for the coffee. Phil's is one of my favorite, mint mojito.
I'm a big Phil's fan also.
So tell me, what do you feel a difference in the three rackets?
So when I first purchased the Pro Staff 61100, this one, let's see, it was actually this one.
Okay, so I actually numbered them. So 1, 2, and 3 now.
Yeah. So when I purchased this first 61100, I took a couple of practice swings and just, some practice shots, and it felt really good in the hand. And after getting it strung and taking it out on the court, I was really impressed, and it just felt like the original Pro Staff. Don't get me wrong, I have a few Pro Staff 97s also, as well as the Roger Federer 97. This one felt especially good, so I bought a second one and compared both of them. This one feels a little bit lighter. I actually weighed all of them on the food scale that I have at home, and they're within maybe 3-4 grams of each other. But since Harry usually does his, specs for all the rackets that he tests, I've always been curious to find out what the true specs on my racket are. So with the sneak attack that he did on me today, I'm hoping that I can get all this taken care of.
Well, welcome to the Wilson Club then, because I've been struggling with the same thing for 40 years. I think the only time they got it really consistent was T2000, maybe wooden racket. You can control the wood a little better. I don't know, whatever. Okay, number 1. That's some good heft there. I like that. That's not horrible. A little clubbier in the number 2 though. Uh-oh. Number 3 is the lightest, in my opinion.
Okay, I have a feeling it would be.
Here, let's see. Number 1. Okay.
This is the weight that I feel most comfortable with.
Right. Number 2.
Yeah, I definitely feel more weight in the head on this one. Not too much. Okay.
The feather.
Oh, wow. So this is the first one. This is my third one, and this is the first time getting it strung here. And this definitely feels the lightest out of them all. So in terms of when you spec them out, I won't be surprised.
Okay, well let's see what we got here. Let's see if we're right. Usually people like us are right because we feel it. We definitely feel it. All right, so now I got 1, 2, 3 going on here. So there is an overgrip on here. Looks like a full overgrip, not cut. 320. Number 2, let me line it up at 320. Does it line up? Not quite. We're a little over. Man, that's 323. And then the third, line it up over, 318. Wow, 318. All right, at the scale with number 1, 331. Swing weight. 316.
Wow.
For 2, 334.
Wow.
Let's see if there's a bigger number here because we felt like it was kind of clubbier. 329. Yeah. See, we felt that.
Yep.
Third, 323.5. We felt that. So this should probably have the lowest swing weight. Yep, 305.
Okay.
All right, so here's our numbers. 331 on the first one. And that's what he liked. He liked 331, he liked the balance, and he liked the 316. So this was also his first racket though. So you kind of, when you get your first one, you know, it's like your first kiss, your first date. You know what I'm saying? It's like that is the benchmark. The second one, little heavier, kind of across the board. And then your third one, you got a little lighter here. So Mark, what do you think about that?
I'm actually surprised about the swing weight. I wasn't surprised about the third one. When I got it in the mail, I already felt that it was already significantly lighter than the other two that I had, but I didn't think it was going to be that light. In terms of the specs, after you doing your thing, I was really surprised by the swing weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I knew that as soon as I started doing it. I was like, oh, that's going to be a little off there. So, so obviously this is primary racket for you.
Yeah.
And we might have to do a little customization just to maybe get this one up to this.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can do with the second one, but definitely we can work on the third one to make it like the first one.
Well, this one will be, I mean, I haven't played with this one yet, so we'll probably have to see how it feels on the court, and then I know this might actually be my first one. We'll see.
Oh, okay. So this is the trend though. This is weird. So Mark and I figured out are the same age, and so if you're of our age and you grew up kind of in the Wilson era, in the hammer time and the pro staff time, for some reason, no matter what, I've always liked the lightest of my rackets. So Mark is kind of the same way. Once we use the lightest racket, everything kind of falls into place and plays well with that. Yeah. So you kind of always gravitate to the light racket. Like if you're playing a match, it's automatic. We're going to that racket. So Mark thinks he's going to just leave it and play with the third, and probably the progression will be 1 here, 2 here, and 3 there. So this is the emergency racket right there at number 2. That was my progression when I had my rackets. So what do you think, Mark? Is that what you think we're going to do?
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, not until I break the strings in. So yeah, but overall, I mean, I'm liking the results of the specs that you did. So
oh, good.
Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Awesome.
Thank you for letting me sneak attack you. And thanks for bringing me the coffee. This man always brings me coffee because, you know, he knows what the man likes.
Yeah.
Is mint mojito iced. You know what I'm saying? All right. I want to thank Mark for joining me today. Thank you, Mark, and thank you for the coffee as always.
All right.
Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.